Hi, you guys, and welcome back to another episode. And I am RoQuanda Guy, an eXp realtor located in Loxahatchee, Florida. And I'm here with my girl,
Shari Roberts. What? Come on.
And we are going to talk about short sales just a little bit more. And on this episode, we're going to talk about, can a seller get relocation money?
Yes, a seller can get relocation money. Check this out. There's something called cash for keys.
She didn't say that. Just stay tuned.
Oh.
Can I get money if I decide to do a short sale and I have to move out of my property? What happened?
Here's the deal. Some lenders have specific requirements. I keep saying lenders, and when I do say lenders, I mean the investor. They have specific requirements, but honestly, I throw everything out the window and try for everybody. It's cash for keys. We ask for $10,000. The average is cash for keys is $3,000. Okay, that's usually about what they give, which would help somebody with some of their first, last, and security. You know, those types of things. So we always ask for money, and some investors require that it's your primary residence. Some allow it to be even an investment property, which is crazy. Some require you to be living there at the time, and some don't even care. So I just try every time and see where everything lands.
Okay, so we try to make sure that our sellers walk away with a little something to be able to help them for a brand new start.
That's correct. We try.
We try. It's up to the lender, which is the originators, the Fannie Mae,
the
investors, to decide if they're going to allow.
Correct. So if they allow that, you get the relocation money at closing. I once got a tenant $10,000 to leave because it was a short sale. The house was being foreclosed, and they wanted the tenant to keep the house in good form and looking really good. And the tenant was devastated because it was their home and they had to vacate, but they got 10 grand to leave. Cash for keys.
Do you see my face? That was my next question.
Yeah.
So you answered the question, so that's great. So if there is a tenant in the property and the house is going for a short sale, my next question will be, can the tenant receive any compensation for moving out?
Correct. They probably will not give it to the owner. It goes to the tenant because the bank's main concern is that whoever is currently living in the property doesn't destroy it and keeps it in good
Now,
condition.
my next question is, what happens if there is a tenant in place and they have a lease? Do they have the opportunity to stay until the end of their lease? I can't even talk. Or do they have to leave immediately?
It all depends on the new owner, if they want to keep them or not. And I've actually never come across the cash for keys thing with the tenant, so I don't know. But it depends what the new buyer wants to do with the property.
Awesome. That's good information.
And there's one other thing. I know there's one question, RoQuanda, that I know you're not thinking of asking me. What happens after the short sale?
What happened after the short sale?
So here's the deal. And again, policies are always changing, guidelines are always changing, and it depends who the investor is. On your credit report, it says settled, paid for less than agreed. I will not do a short sale that requires the seller, hold a note and not own the home and continue to have to pay $10,000 or the difference between of what it was sold to what they owe. Now,
because that can happen.
Right. But
so just explain that we work towards not allowing that to happen, but that can happen where the seller does close and still owe a note and pay.
If the seller directs us to do that and they're okay with that, I mean, you know, I've had people back in the really distressed times owe $150,000. They were very happy to walk away with a $5,000 note. I would prefer not.
Exactly.
Right. And the second thing that happens is it says the deficiency is waived. That's the key point. Not may, be, shall. The deficiency is waived. What is the deficiency? The deficiency is what you owe versus what the bank got. So there could be 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, $100,000 difference.
200,000.
200, whatever it is. They will waive that deficiency and never come after you. Let me tell you, foreclosure, they will come after you for the rest of your natural born life. No matter what anyone tells you, they're allowed to renew that judgment every 7 years, and they could take any asset you have. Short sale is the way to go. And in some cases, you can buy a house 2 years later.
Yes.
I just did that for someone.
Yes.
The day I short sold their house, they called me 2 years later.
Exact to the day.
To the day, I had to wait to write the contract, and they bought another house.
That's really good. Now, what I know as well with short sales is that you can also pair it with a 203K.
Correct. Any, you could do an FHA 203K, which again, I just did one last month. If the house, let me give you a definition. A distressed property means financial distress. Okay, nobody knows that. When a property is distressed, it means it's financially distressed. It may not be physically distressed. If you do have a property, though, that needs to be fixed up, you could take out an FHA 203K, which RoQuanda thankfully pointed out. They will, the bank, the buyer's bank, will value the house and do an appraisal for what it would be worth if it was fixed up, new roof, pool, whatever the bank approves, and they will give you money. It's almost like a construction loan. You have to meet with a HUD appraiser, and everybody talks about it, and they do a draw. Okay, we're ready to do the roof. We're ready to do the plumbing. We're ready to do the electrical.
Once you say a draw, that means that the money is held in escrow.
No, it's held in a draw in my bedroom.
I'm done. Video over. I'm done. That was cute. Okay. And then once they get contractors for whatever needs to be done, 50% is given to them, depending on what needs to be done. And then she said they get paid as they go along the way.
That's correct. And it's already approved. It's bank approved. The process, I have someone that did it for me in 41 days. So it's really... It is a process because there have to be other people than normal in a normal purchase. It's not up to the buyer. It's up to the bank and the people that they send out. They all have to approve what's being done.
Exactly. All right. So I think we covered it. You guys, I hope you enjoyed this series. Go ahead and watch all of them if you missed some of them. If we did not cover anything, well, if Shari, I just stood here and be cute.
No,
if Shari did not cover anything, just inbox us, please. You can find us all over the place. Send us a message. Email us. I'm at RoQuandaGuy@gmail.com.
Shari, SHARI.Roberts with an S at exprealty.com.
Or you can just Google Lots of Hatchie Realtor and look for our faces. And then just give us a call. We'll be glad to answer any questions for you. Every case is completely different. Every situation is completely different. And I guarantee you that we will have the time to sit down with you and discuss your individual case.
And just so you know, all joking aside, we know this is about feelings, and it's about property, and it's about your life. And we will be there for you and try to make it as painless as possible, and that you're very happy and relieved at the end. That's our main goal. And to have fun doing it.
I agree. All right, you guys. Until the next video, be blessed, and thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, the like button,
and the bell. Now I know what that is. The bell.
Yes, so that you get notifications each and every time we do videos. Talk to you later.